Hello and welcome back to episode 43 of the Jackass Express podcast. Actually, it's episode 44. Damn it.
You suck.
I am not restarting. With us today is joining us Mr. Jonathan Chase.
Yo.
Mr. Julian Mapp. Bob the Builder himself, Brandon Alford.
Hello.
And Johnny from Down Under.
Howdy.
Gentlemen, welcome back.
Hey, doesn't it just say, like, on our Zencaster, it says JAE record 44?
I know. You know what? This whole morning has been a fun adventure for me. Even getting here on time was a fun adventure for me because I made breakfast for April and the baby had already eaten and we're eating. And we're starting to clean up. And April says, hey, you guys got your recording thing. Go ahead. I'm going to take care of the dishes. I'm like, that's awesome. Thank you very, very much. So then I was just kind of messing around and I had one of those little like hand towel things. And you know how you can like use it to towel whip? And I was like, you know what? I was never able to do this correctly. I can never figure it out. And I said, April, does this hurt? And I turned and right at her leg, boom.
You stabbed her.
Right.
So
No.
you ate breakfast at home?
Yes.
And you were almost late for the podcast that you're recording at your home?
Because after I did that, I actually towel whipped April on the leg, and she got so pissed that I had to end up doing the dishes too, and that's why I was like,
I don't want to hear about your sex games at home, Patrick.
no, guys, please.
I have breakfast for you, honey.
concerned.
Come get some. It's a Vienna sausage.
Hey, look, the important thing is that we got it going, and we haven't done this in a while, but it's good to finally hang out with everybody again.
Don't change the subject, Patrick.
Please. I swear I would never tell, but I'm telling.
My concern is that you actually fed your son before you guys ate. You don't eat as a family?
Well, no, because he has his own little baby.
Yeah.
Or Chase, why you do this? But he has his own little organic waffles that he eats. And
Organic waffles.
Organic
Oh my God.
waffles.
I didn't pick the waffles. It was
I don't think there's such a thing as organic waffles.
Isn't it just flour and some eggs?
Wouldn't you have to use pesticides on the waffles?
you take that up with
Wait,
the
actually,
fine
I think
people at Sprouts Waffles. Okay, he's eating something.
And I think the better question to ask is, did April actually make waffles?
Well, I mean,
In the kitchen? Like with a waffle iron?
I was the one who made the waffles with the waffle iron, but the grown-up waffles for peanuts, or organic waffles, apparently you still have to stick them in the microwave for a little bit.
Oh, that's organic.
Yeah, totally organic.
Here's some radiation, kid. Go.
But he loves them. He was just like, she cuts them into small little pieces, and then he gets both hands and makes a mess. It's amazing.
Do you buy
Your
that?
son sounds very uncultured.
I mean, he's eating. He's a hipster baby. He's like, you never would have heard of these waffles, and you probably will never hear of these waffles.
Does
Do
he
you give him
drink
the
PBR?
imitation syrup, or do you actually give him the real Vermont maple syrup?
Ooh, yeah, maple syrup. Can't beat that.
That's pretty organic.
Comes from a
It's
tree.
like ingredients, maple syrup.
He hooks a faucet up to a tree. Hold on, kid. I'm sure his milk's organic too, huh, Pat?
My God, this tree is full of milk.
But that makes you think, though, doesn't it? Because it's like maple syrup. It's just maple syrup. It's easy. So why do they make the other, like the Aunt Jemima crap? It's like it has everything except maple syrup in it. It's like, isn't it easier just to get maple syrup out of a tree?
It's not cost effective. And then
Jules, why'd
think
you have to bring up the minority version of the maple
Log
syrup?
cabin.
Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima. That's
There's
what that.
Butter Light.
They
There's
sell
butter.
it. What about Uncle Ben? He sells the rice.
Oh, he sells rice. I'm sure that's organic too when you pop it in the microwave.
The point is, he ate food. That's at the end of the day. That's really all I care about. It's like,
Well,
he's
we're-
hungry, so.
We're happy that you're feeding your child food. The world is happy to know that.
And towel whipping the wife in the leg like a horrible person. I felt
You
so
beat
bad after
your
I did
wife
that.
in the kitchen and you feed your child food. That's all we need to know for today.
I don't know. I pictured like Chase cooking like chicken in the morning and grilling it for him and stir frying some eggs and getting ready to go. I pictured Chase really feeding his kid really well for breakfast.
Yeah, Chase is a gourmet. He likes to cook.
You guys give me too much credit. Usually just bread and water.
He probably, he lives in Taiwan, so he can probably just go out back and find a chicken roaming around and then kill it, fry it up.
I was thinking like he's got some of these monkeys in the backyard. Let me go catch one of these monkeys. Hang on.
Chilled monkey brains.
That's
Everybody
not a
get a
half bad
spoon.
idea.
Furious George, what have they done to your face?
That's
Smithers, this monkey's gonna need most of your skin. But Brandon was saying that he ate horse.
I did. I've eaten it a few
organic
times.
horse.
It was organic horse.
Did it come out of a tree?
And I didn't have to put it in the microwave.
It was
They eat
grass
that
fed,
here.
right?
Yeah. I've had it
How
like,
did-
as sausages and like bratwurst style stuff, or we ate horse steak the other day.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's a little bit like more orange pinkish colored, I'd say.
When you're feeling nostalgic for the post-war food,
It's good. It's very good.
it's like, well, we can eat this leather shoe or the horse.
Who needs transportation
So
anyway?
did they decide like what kind of horses they decide to put for consumption?
The ones that lose.
I don't know.
Like,
you
did you
hear
eat,
the
like,
ankle break, and it's like, oh, that's dinner right there.
I
Did
have
you eat
no
like
idea.
Secretariat or something?
That's a
That's
good
why they
question.
come Seabiscuit.
Wow, a baseball made out of Secretariat.
I know that they must raise them for that. The way that the Koreans do for the dogs.
Dogs, right? Yeah, the dogs.
Yeah, like their specific breed of dogs. So maybe there's
You don't
a
want them to be
specific breed of
stringy.
mangy horse that you eat. I don't know.
You are for glue. You're for dog food.
There's a G on the side for glue.
There's a guy with a paintbrush just fucking. You're a G. You're a G.
Yeah, I wonder
weird.
what that's an interesting point. I bet you that there has to be.
Like a farm.
Because
for-
horses are too good at different things, so you wouldn't want to waste a horse that was good at hauling stuff or could run really fast. There's got to be a specific, like, well, yeah, you're only going to be food.
And it's got
Or
to
maybe
be
they
pretty
just take the
consistent.
lame horses, the old horses, and they turn them into food. I don't know.
But then I don't know.
Well-
I mean, it depends on what they did earlier in life as to probably how tough or tender that meat ends up, and it's all very consistent. So I imagine it's all one kind of horse raised the same way.
Well, Tip
'Cause I think
did
I
work
wouldn't
for
want to eat a
Tyson.
racehorse. You know,
Yeah,
be a
Tip
tough
did work for
bastard.
Tyson, so I
Well,
guess
yeah, I
he
don't
could get a
think they
job
do
at this.
They usually reward racehorses at the end of their career. They just put them out to stud.
Well, in Australia, they eat the kangaroos, I think.
I've had that
Yeah,
too.
but-
That's actually really good.
Really?
But the kangaroos are like actually a blight on the flora and fauna over there.
Yeah, I mean they're like armadillos to us. They're
A menace.
roadkill.
A menace to
I
society.
would figure they would taste
People
like
will go out of their
oysters.
way to run over a kangaroo, I think.
Well, it's kind of like deer here, right? Where like you could crash into one and it'll come through the windshield if you're not careful.
Well,
Or they'll just walk onto your doorstep.
They'll walk on your door.
I don't know. I've never been to Australia.
They knock on your door and they open the door. Dingo! It just punches you.
This here.
It walks into your house, sits on your couch, and just kind of turns on TV.
Well, there's
I
been
think
like
so.
pictures. Yeah, there's like pictures circulating the internet where like these buffed up kangaroos, which for some reason I just have abnormally large muscles. and like people have been like literally afraid of these kangaroos, like stepping aside and try not to make eye contact with them.
Bite your head off, man.
The kangaroo mafia is intense over there.
It's like the koalas, too. You got to watch out for them.
Bite your head off, man.
Hey, I saw a ridiculous video on Facebook the other day of a koala's mating call. You should YouTube this. It's frightening.
Oh no.
It doesn't sound like a cute little koala hanging in a tree. It sounds like the fucking predator. It's ridiculous. I don't even know.
I was like Selena at
Jeez.
an all-you-eat buffet.
Yeah, there you go. Nailed it.
You know, I didn't know this before, but apparently with kangaroos, You know how they have the baby kangaroo inside that little pouch in the front?
Yeah, the Joey.
The Joey, I've that's not where the baby comes out. So I'd always wondered how it ended up in there. Like, did it just like fall on the ground and then they put it in there? But apparently, like by its nature, it knows that after it's born to climb out and then to crawl back into that little pouch, and that's how it winds up in there.
Yeah, you didn't see that documentary?
I was curious. I was like, how the hell does it get in there?
Slow day at work.
I know.
We need a sound clip of Patrick just saying that. It's like, how did it get in there?
Post
Just play it
production.
over and over again.
We do need that.
And
Somebody
then
make
organic
that
waffles.
happen.
Those kangaroos, man, they drink all their organic milk.
Well,
Wait.
guess-
I'm serious. It comes out of their kangaroo mother, right? So there you go.
it doesn't get much more organic than that.
There you go.
I wonder if you
I
can
wonder
buy
if they
kangaroo
sell-
milk.
Yeah, I was just saying, I wonder if they sell kangaroo milk.
We could ask Brendan, see if he can send us any
That's true.
kangaroo milk.
I'll let you guys handle that one.
Did you? I was going to tell you guys that I was looking at our blog the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and for some unknown reason, because it can't be us, I doubt we're that talented, but there was like over 600 people at our blog in the course of 3 days.
We must have said something that somebody was searching highly on the internet. You know?
And
Did we say
Pornography.
Donald Trump? Or did we say
I think Donkey Show.
things like that?
it's possible.
A lot of different things.
Did
But
something
like the-
tag us on that, on the Google?
But the last thing we had was 43, and that was just a cast between me and Tip. And I forget. I don't even think we were talking about anything that important. But I just know that those next couple of days. And what was scary is that I looked at it because Google has this thing where you look at your blog and you can see where most of the views are coming from, and it highlights the country. And I was like, okay. So I look, and the one that was highlighted the highest was Russia.
Oh boy.
And I was like, wait a minute. And I checked to see, and no, Brendan and Julian weren't on those casts, so I don't think there's any problems. Or Jeff, there in that time.
I don't
Just
know.
just so our Russian listeners know, we're not giving out any trade secrets here. There's nothing like that here. We're going to learn how to make those pulled pork sandwiches, but totally different.
Should we start using Russian words like vodka and
Perestroika.
Yes. Why not?
I think I've seen enough Bond movies that I could get by.
That's true. That's true.
I always get the Russians and the Germans mixed up. I always say something that's supposed to sound Russian, but it ends up sounding German. Whenever I want to say something German, it ends up sounding Russian. It's terrible. It's just because I have bad stereotypes. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a bad stereotype person who's feeding my kid organic waffles. Please, guys.
Supposed organic waffles.
Or, straight from the microwave.
It's
These
made with
are
kangaroo milk. Organic.
organic milk from the trees. Yes.
It's not made with organic milk from the mother, is it, Patrick?
No,
Okay.
it's too organic. He's past that point now.
Okay.
That's too
So-
organic.
So Brandon inadvertently said a word that I think would be fun to kind of hear everybody's opinion on.
I did.
The big Donald Trump theory.
Oh god.
Oh,
Are we gonna
Come
do
on,
this? Are we really
fan,
gonna do
fan
this?
service. No,
here
come
we
on.
go.
This is good. This is good.
Oh man, you know what? The guy's kicking over the table and just like throwing things like Donkey Kong, and it's amusing at the very least. But God help us all if he ends up as the president.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
I tend to agree.
Coming back.
It just
I mean, Jesus,
says a
Christ.
lot
I mean,
about society at the moment.
it. Really,
It really-
but you know what? If you want to try to put the smallest positive spin on it, at least someone different is gaining attention. And
Well, yeah,
someone
and
is
he's not a
what you
politician.
always see, yeah. And you know, even if for a moment he had to be the face of America and cause all kinds of strife in the world for a minute, we could impeach him and do it right. Maybe small silver lining. I don't know.
Who knows?
But
Good
I mean,
God.
we don't have a whole lot to
Options?
choose from this time. I mean, it's.
He really is the lesser of the evils.
I mean, I agree.
It's
There's
it's
some
pretty
things that he
much
says that I like, but there's a lot of just about the same number of things that he says that I just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's pretty much, choosing between crab juice and Mountain Dew,
That's well put.
Take crab juice.
But we'll see. I mean, could get stuck with Hillary too.
I don't think there's really any good thing that can happen here.
No, there really
Can we
isn't.
just opt to not have one for a little while?
Just like with the Supreme Court, right? Just like, oh, we don't need another justice right now. We don't need a president for a little while. We're going to take a break. America, we're taking a break.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that position for a while. Just everybody go about your business. We'll get back to you when we find something more important.
At least the man has had no shortage of internet memes and brilliant photography. Like some of the pictures of this man speaking are just primo ridiculous.
But I mean, is that what we need right now for like our foreign policy? Like just, hey, finish
Right?
pissing
What a way
off
to-
the rest of the world so that we
Yeah,
have
exactly.
no friends at all? Nobody wants to help
Yep.
us?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He basically personifies what everybody assumes America is about, and is exactly that person. A tremendous capitalist, crazy, just. I mean, I like the way he talks, but I hate what he says.
Really? His whole strategy is like, hey, we're going to make America great again. Cool, how are you going to do it? We just are. Watch, you'll see. Oh,
Bernie
just do it.
Sanders
We'll
isn't
do
any
it.
better off there, so it's not like
Yeah.
the two of them or anyone else
There is
actually
this-
has a plan.
we're going to build a wall and we're going to make the Mexicans pay for it. It's going to be great. It's going to be a classy wall.
It's gonna have chandeliers. It's gonna have, champagne soda
They'll
fountains.
say Trump.
Trump wall. Trump anti.
But how are you going to do any of this stuff? He never really goes into his plan.
But,
Yeah.
he didn't make any of his own money. His dad did it all for
Well,
him.
yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean,
In fact,
so
he
it's
went
not like he has
bankrupt.
any real aptitude for anything. Except divorce. He's pretty good at divorce, it seems like.
I
He's
saw
got
this.
that down.
I saw this meme where they were showing how becoming the president ages a person very terribly. And they're showing George W. Bush and they were showing Barack Obama. And they got to what would happen if Bernie Sanders became president. He turned into the Crypt Keeper. and if Donald Trump became president, he turned into that guy from the Goonies. What was his name?
Sloth.
Sloth, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Nailed it.
it
Someone
was so
nailed
great.
it.
Terrible.
I have to find it.
We're all screwed, people.
Oh my god, yeah.
So if our Russian listeners want to take us in, we're more than welcome to move to your fine country and be sheltered in your many underground facilities. Well, I mean, Tip is, but he's not here right now.
I think I'd move back to Japan.
It'd be a great chance for us all to go live at Brandon's house.
It's
free
far
of
enough
charge.
away.
It is big.
No, I don't want to live at. Well, actually, maybe Brandon's house would be fine. Chase, I think you should get out if Trump becomes president. You need to get out of Taiwan because
Yeah, right.
China's going to be like, "Here's our chance, guys. Let's do it."
Yeah.
They've got an incompetent commander in chief.
Sadly, that would not surprise me.
Did you say incompetent or incontinent? I'm not sure what I
Both,
heard.
maybe. I don't know.
I hate to pick on the guy, but yeah, I mean, like, I agree with Brandon. He's been more of like a sideshow this whole time, and I hope he's like the Sanjaya of presidential elections, where people are just keeping him in there.
But the
Because
problem actually is like, yeah, at first he started off as like a sideshow and like a kind of a joke, but he's actually like leading his party and he's actually gaining like a lot of followers. And that's what's kind of
Every
scary.
day. It is
Yeah.
scary. I get the idea that everybody wants the anti-establishment guy to just blast through the door and kick over the kitchen table and change the recipe, but I just
But his solution to everything's going to be like, well, we're just going to bomb them. That just like, hey, we're going to kill the terrorists. Okay,
The Mexicans
cool.
will do it.
How are we going to do it?
And the Mexicans will pay for those
Aren't we
bombs.
killing the terrorists now? Like, aren't we doing that? And it's only
guess one
sort of
saving
working.
grace is that he can't do it on his own.
Yeah.
Almost no decision gets made in a vacuum, no matter how
Well, that's
much
true.
power he thinks he's got. I mean,
And
so there's
that is very true. Gosh, and who's going to be the vice president?
Yeah, right? There's got to be someone else equally ridiculous.
Sarah
I
Palin.
think of.
It sounds like it could be Palin.
Palin could be his running mate. That would work out.
Oh man, he'd never lose. It'd be terrible.
If we don't win this election, we're all moving to Alaska.
But the problem is that if you impeach Trump, who's next in line?
That's true.
Hillary Clinton.
No.
No,
She'll be the
because-
Speaker of the House at that point.
Yeah.
Well, Paul Ryan is Speaker of the House right now, I think. It wouldn't be so bad, I guess. But then something would have to happen to the vice president as well. You know what? Okay, Russia, stop listening.
So, while we're talking about that, kind of interesting for the line of succession for the president right now. It'd go Biden, Paul Ryan, Orrin Hatch, John Kerry. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Why?
I mean, that's just if all those people die. I mean, that's the order that you get to become president.
Wow.
Do you think that's what John Kerry says to himself every morning? I just Biden.
Goes
He
vice
wakes up in the
president,
morning as he's
vice
shaving.
president, Speaker of the House, President pro tempore of the Senate, then the Secretary of the State, Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of Defense, the Attorney General, Secretary of the
bad-
Interior is not eligible.
How bad does it have to
because-
be when it's like the Postmaster General?
Well, it could have been, but the Postmaster General is not a cabinet position anymore, so he is no longer in the line
okay.
of succession. But
Just imagine.
I mean, you could have the Secretary of. Well, actually, never mind. You can't have the Secretary of Education because not born in the U.S. or wait, never confirmed by the Senate, and the Secretary of the Interior is not a natural born citizen, so they can't be in the line of succession. But I mean, you
So
could
what's the
have.
absolute
The
lowest.
Secretary of Housing and Urban Development is number 12 on the list. So that's how you know it was a bad day.
Really bad day.
You know,
What is Jose from the your shopkeep?
I had heard that when John F. Kennedy died, that they swore in. I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson. And it was so quick that they didn't even have time for John F. Kennedy's wife to change. So during the press conference where they were swearing in Lyndon B. Johnson, she was still wearing the dress.
Well, I mean, yeah, she was on. It was on Air Force One, and I mean, they were just getting back to Washington. I mean, everybody was in what they were wearing.
Yep.
But it's just it feels weird that she had to be there. I mean, don't you think it'd be like, I mean, I guess as a sign of solidarity, she had to be there. But I mean, her husband just died, so why would they have her there? It's like, hey, I know this thing happened on the street down there, but we need you to be in this press conference where we're swearing in this other guy to take your husband's job.
Yeah, well, here's your little weird history blurb for the day. So the 25th
Julian's
Amendment.
history lesson.
There you go. So the 25th Amendment, which deals with what we're talking about, basically, like how do we fill a vacancy in the presidency? So Bush, when he was president, second Bush, he had to go in for a colonoscopy, and so he temporarily transferred his power using the 25th Amendment to Vice President Cheney.
Oh, God.
And I forget how long it was. It was several hours where technically Dick Cheney was running the country until Bush woke up, from his surgery and was like, "All right, I'm good to go. I can take over again."
He's like, "Who am I?"
I think it would have been funny if Bush would have woken up and been like, "Wait a minute, why are the nuclear alarms going off? Why is half of the country? Well, Mr. President, you were out, and I thought it'd be a great time to take out Germany or something."
Yeah,
Germany.
but
One
yeah,
for all.
But we'll get their oil eventually.
But yeah, basically one of the few times that a president has been able to say, like, I'm incapacitated and I'm transferring my powers to somebody else. Well, the only person that they can is the vice president, but you get my drift. So, so there you go. Boring history lesson for the day.
We need
So,
a good soundbite for that.
The
we need
more you
something for
know.
that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is
But don't
it
take
in
my
there?
word for it. Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, actually,
Thank you,
don't take
LeVar.
my word for it. Somebody might want to look that up, verify.
I had heard that with like when he got killed though, that they have all the conspiracies about how John F. Kennedy got killed. But the one that I've never heard of before is that one of the Secret Service actually did it.
Yeah,
And
actually, I think
it was an accident.
I buy that theory.
Yeah.
I actually do. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of research into it, but just some of the stuff that I've read, I think it kind of makes sense.
He went back and to the left.
Well, for just as a conspiracy, it's just like because maybe one of the Secret Service saw the guy in the window with the rifle, and he heard the first gunshot. He turned to shoot the guy in the window, and ended up shooting the president instead, just by accident. So I don't know. That's a theory for all of those listening.
That's some magic bullet, Pat.
Well, I mean, you don't know. Bullets go astray all the way, all the time. So I mean, it could be like it was just like I'm trying to defend, and then oh crap, like the world's worst mistake he could have ever possibly made.
SpaghettiOs.
But who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Speaking of violent actions and so forth, is anybody planning to go watch Deadpool?
I've been
I
meaning
heard
to.
really good things about this, but I don't.
I'll red box
I've
it.
only seen one preview, and I didn't know it existed until just a couple days ago.
Yeah, I guess
I
I'll
thought it was
just
just
download
I thought he was just Spider-Man like redone again. I was like, what is
Legally
this?
from iTunes is what Chase means when it comes out. But me and Johnny have been trying to go get a weekend where we can go watch it. But apparently it's pretty bad. Like it's a good movie.
Wait,
It's hilarious.
you and Johnny
for
hang
kids.
out with each other? Like on
Yeah,
the
me-
weekends?
Me and
Well,
Johnny
yeah,
hang
when he's
out
not
all the
making
time.
organic waffles.
Yeah, me and Johnny hang out once in a while. It's a lot of fun. We watch TV or see
Yeah,
whenever the wife
apparently,
kicks me
like-
out of the house.
Did Johnny watch the Daytona 500?
No, Johnny was at Lowe's shopping for stupid crap for the house. That's what Johnny was doing.
I don't even really care that much for NASCAR. I'll watch it sometimes, but hey, it's like, hey, it's the Daytona 500. Sure, I'll watch it. It was really good.
Yeah, that's
It was
everybody was
exciting
saying. It
when
was
you
really
missed.
entertaining.
It was a very exciting
What made it
finish, and you
different
missed
than
it
the
because
other
you were at Lowe's.
500 circles a year.
Well, it's 500 miles, not 500 circles.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
The Daytona
like-
500 circles.
Any way you cut it, you can leave the house and come back, and it's still doing. the
It's
same
still
thing.
do the same thing, yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, that's what we used to do in Gran
But the
Turismo.
same thing with
We just-
football. You go and you leave, and it's like, oh, look, they're still running around on that grid.
Remember that? You used to like wrap a rubber band around the analog sticks so that your car would just hug the side of the track and keep going around.
That's right. That's right.
I was into racing for a while there, and then like with NASCAR and all that, and
And
I
after
just
Jeff Gordon, Patrick just lost it, and he couldn't watch anymore.
no. Hey,
Broke his
he had
heart.
he had some really good Pepsi commercials. No, but with Dale Earnhardt when he died, that was when I was like, I'm out. I'm done with this.
Wouldn't
not
you want
like
to
that
support it more?
I like how Dale Jr. is still like the only like
Junior?
spokesman for all of NASCAR. Like every commercial had Dale Earnhardt Jr. in it. During
I've
the
seen
500s. Like
Danica.
he was the only guy that people give a damn about.
As far as I'm concerned, there is no racing except Mario Kart.
There you go.
And it has to be 3 balloons attached.
Yeah.
If you'll take a look at the Exhibit A that I just placed into the Zencaster, you'll find
Exhibit A.
it's important.
But
so
I
there's
am
3 there.
I am partial to Formula One. I think Formula One is fun. Mario Kart can't beat Mario Kart.
Where
Le
are
Mans.
where are these links? Ah, I see. Oh my goodness, I didn't know you could actually post links in the Zencaster. That's awesome.
That's great, Pat.
This is type here to chat.
Welcome
Guys.
to the party, Patrick.
I'm a professional.
What did you?
Wait, is this? Oh, this is the koala with the predator sounds. I'm clicking the wrong link. Great.
That's no joke. Yeah, listen to that koala.
So speaking of Mario Kart, the greatest thing ever was in Shinjuku, or maybe it was Shibuya. I don't remember. But they had Mario Kart racing. Like you'd race a go-kart around Tokyo, and all you had to do was have
That's pretty cool.
a Japanese driver's license, and they took your USFK or
That's cool.
USFJ driver's license. They were cool with it. So
I remember when April was going to have the baby, and I told her, because she told me, Patrick, you're going to have to drive to the hospital. I'm like, I don't want to drive. Don't make me drive. So I was like, okay, I'll drive to the hospital, but under one condition. And she says, what's that? You have to play the soundtrack to Back to the Future the entire time we're going to the hospital. And I only have like a small video clip of it, and I'll see if I can add it to the link dump. But that was possibly the best drive I've ever had in my entire life.
Wait a minute, I'm a little confused. You're gonna make April your
drive herself to
the
the
mother
hospital.
of your son, and you're saying the condition is play Back to the Future instead of saying, well, how about I'm just gonna have a kid for you, and you made her drive?
Okay,
What do
look.
you have against driving?
Okay, look. First off,
Whoa, here we go. Hold on.
first, okay,
Patrick's
first
daily
off-
explanation.
okay. I can't be bothered to drive. It takes forever, boring.
Takes forever.
I could probably crash into.
You're
everybody.
making organic waffles. How much boring can you get?
Please, Johnny. You wouldn't understand.
I think you should answer Julian.
Oh no, I got nothing against driving. It's just I started late in life driving. I'm not as adventurous as most people are with driving. Like I hear in about 2 years they're gonna have the self-driving car come out. So I'm really looking forward to that, and then I can just kind of
We'll
take
reconvene in 2 years and see if there's a self-driving car on the market by then.
If not, maybe I'll get full advantage of Uber. I mean, I drive now. I just don't. I'm not adventurous enough to like drive to different states or do stuff like that.
Do you and Johnny carpool to work in the morning?
No, I drive. I drive to work. in the
Oh,
morning.
okay.
And but we're actually, now that we have the baby, I need to get a better car for myself because I don't really trust him in my car. I think that's the other part of me not wanting to drive a whole lot is that I feel like I'm driving something that's being held together by dust and hope. So I really want to get a better car before I even consider putting the baby in the car with me. But that's not even my decision either. You can ask my brothers. Every time we'll want to go somewhere for lunch or whatever, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm going to drive here. Do you want to come with me? And it's as if they never heard me. They ignore me completely. That's not even a no. It's like, okay, hey guys, how about I drive us to lunch? So Mike, you want to drive? I think that might be a good idea. Should we have mom drive today? No, let's just go with Johnny and we'll be like, guys, I'll drive. Okay, we'll go with Mike.
See, what Patrick fails to tell you is that he makes 90-degree angle lane changes and turns. There is none
Tip
of this.
used to do that.
There's none of this. Just gradually change your lane. It's like,
Hey,
Like
Good luck,
dodging
everybody.
barrels or something.
are you alive at the end of the day? That's all that matters, man.
I have a stroke on the way there.
Yeah.
I can imagine that, Patrick's vision, he has Donkey Kong throwing barrels at him in the lanes.
Hey, in El Paso, sometimes it feels that way. You see those people with the latches on the back of their trucks, and they got the cardboard in there. So it's like game start the second you get behind one of those, and But yeah, I mean, I got nothing against driving per se. I just not good at it yet. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Don't worry. I forgot what I was talking about now. What was I talking about?
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Nice.
Apparently, there was a whole marketing campaign on there that was about telling parents not to take their kids to see Deadpool.
Yeah,
That-
and a lot of parents ended up taking their kids to go see Deadpool,
Oh,
and they're like,
yeah.
and then they end up writing, "Oh man, I had to leave like 15 minutes into watching Deadpool because I didn't realize how bad it was for my kid." And yet, there's like, it's like I wish there was some kind of rating system that let us know that it's inappropriate for kids.
No one told
Like,
us.
I believe it's called an
Rated
R rating.
Yeah, people are pretty, I don't know, lack common sense nowadays.
Painfully dumb.
Painfully dumb would be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They worry about the rating afterwards. All they see is
If it wasn't
superhero.
on Twitter, they don't know because it was more than 140 characters of thought. There's not enough attention span to realize there was a rating problem with this.
Something else I kind of heard too, not directly related, but sort of related, is that with this millennial generation, I guess the cereal companies are hurting a little bit because they don't eat cereal because it's too much work.
What's too much work about it?
Yeah, just
Well, you got to get a bowl, and then you
the
got to
milk.
pour the cereal in it, and you got to pour the milk, and then you got to wash the bowl afterwards.
Oh, heaven fucking forbid that.
I guess you have to consume it. Maybe that's the hard part. You have to
Well, I
chew.
mean, they're gonna have self-pouring cereal soon, so when they get that, I'm gonna get that.
It's not organic.
It's not organic. Yeah.
Well, of course it is. You just haven't heard of it yet. Don't worry about it. Sorry,
That's
that's
insane.
my new hipster phrase that I learned.
Organic?
Yes, organic. Apparently, there's food that exists outside of what we construct ourselves.
Yeah, but cereal does get kind of old after a while too. But I think I'll ask Chase. Well, probably Brandon has one too, but I know Chase has one for sure. Rice cookers. Who has rice cookers?
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You ever tried making
Her name's-
oatmeal
her
in a
name's
rice
April.
cooker? Like you just set it and it goes
No.
and makes the oatmeal and then boop and it keeps it warm and then you just wake up and boom, there you go. You have freaking oatmeal.
Are you kidding?
Waiting for
I
you.
never thought of that.
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah, that is actually brilliant. Why have
Yeah.
I never thought of that?
Well, mine actually has a porridge setting, is what they call it, but basically, that's just
Porridge.
oatmeal. See if yours
Yeah,
has a
pretty much.
porridge setting.
Jules, I don't
Yes.
know why. I figured you'd be eating grits. Why would I think that?
Grits, I didn't
not in the
really
South
care for
over here.
grits much until I started living over here, and grits are fucking awesome,
I bet they are.
especially with some butter and damn, yeah. I'm gonna have to go
And
get
some
some.
fat back. Don't forget your hardtack.
Look, all you need is some pork belly and you need some cheese and you're
Chicory.
done.
Don't forget your chicory coffee.
Say what you will, but grits are awesome. Audrey's made grits before.
See?
Instant grits or
No,
Organic grits, asshole.
organic grits, Patrick.
It's because I was thinking about my cousin Vinny, where they're like, "Did you use instant grits?" He's like, "No, self-righteous or whatever
No
Southerner makes
self-respecting Southerner.
Southerner, yeah, whatever makes instant grits." He says, "Well, how long did it take? About 5 minutes." Are you telling me that the laws of physics seem to disappear in your kitchen? Well,
That's a
the
great
fact-
movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yes, it's a stupid movie,
But
but I love it.
well, the Mexican version of grits would be menudo, right? Because you got the hominy in there. It's just not ground up. So it's the same thing. Just take your menudo hominy and grind it up, and there you got grits, Patrick.
We're talking
Don't
about-
forget the fucking intestines.
Yeah. Right.
No, that
Hey
doesn't
man, that
really
stuff
go
is
in the
good.
grits.
Put some red
but,
pepper flakes in there.
It's like I don't recall that ever being in a grits recipe.
Hey, speaking of wholesome things like grits and intestines and Deadpool, have you guys heard of Fuller House?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you,
I
are
just
you
saw
in
it
the
on
loop this?
Netflix. Yeah,
Yes.
it's,
I just sent a
Seems
link in the
blasphemous.
little.
I have
in the
not
little
seen
thing.
it yet, but I want to.
I've seen the first
Heidi
4
and I
episodes.
started it yesterday, and I'll be damned if it is not just wonderful. It
Is
is
it?
like this awesome throwback to the past, and I mean they transition it to modern stuff too. But
mhm.
like the initial episode is just brilliant. I was really impressed.
It's not bad. I really like it. You will continue to enjoy it. I will say that. It's very
Yes, good.
Surprisingly, like Taiwan just got Netflix, so like everyone's been going ape shit over Netflix over here. Like,
good. They're in the
made
trees.
It actually
Netflix
made
is a
the
great
news
thing.
over here. It
you
made the
serious?
news. Yeah, really.
You know what
They're
sucks
like,
though?
Netflix has arrived in Taiwan.
They're cracking down on VPNs now, though. VPNs is how they got so big so fast by allowing people to VPN or proxy into the American Netflix.
Okay.
That's how they've got more than 75 million subscribers, and they're in like 180 countries or something insane. And it's huge. And all of a sudden, in the last about week and a half, they've cracked down on VPNs. So and they've got some sort of magic VPN detection system, and they're partnering with PayPal to make it happen.
Wow.
And
Sounds about right.
you cannot get into Netflix from overseas anymore unless you're on an American military base overseas.
Yeah, well,
But
when I was
never-
in Japan, they wouldn't even let you do that, and it was a real pain in the ass. So I'm glad they're finally
Sometimes
letting people
it's
do
the
that.
local country that causes that problem too.
Jules,
But
why
now?
you
But now the issue is someone like me, how do I say, I'm in the military, you give this awesome provision for all of us, but not everyone in the military lives on a base.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I mean, it sucks.
Well, and when I was in
Now we're
Japan, the
left
thing
with,
that
like, meager shit ones.
and when I was in
German
Japan, the
version's not
workaround
good.
was you just did the DVDs in the mail sort of thing, and it was a little bit slower, but it worked. But
Yeah, you can do that still here too, but that's just not as. I
So-
want
well,
it
but you
now.
see, the
I want
difference
140
is-
characters now.
The APO address makes that easier, but
Yeah,
well,
but
whatever.
apparently that's not a discriminator for whether you can tap into the American Netflix anymore. So now I've got this like subpar bullshit. But you can VPN anywhere else. If I
Yeah.
want to watch the Netflix in Indonesia, I can probably do that. They don't care there. But if you want to get into the American networks,
Well, that's the Prime one.
That's
But
weird.
yeah, Netflix was great. I got hooked on that for a while.
I know.
It's got so many shows that I love on there, and there's no way that, I mean, if you think about it, 15 years ago, and I'll use Breaking Bad as an example because I didn't watch that when it was on TV. I Netflixed the whole thing and caught up on it. But if I would have done something like that, 10 years ago, well, it's too bad. Guess you're not ever going to see that show unless they rerun it at some point. And now you can just go back and watch whatever you want whenever you want.
Well, you know what else was a big
You have to
issue?
wait for the DVD sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that too.
Another big issue with that was that on the American Netflix, in the same vein using Breaking Bad, they had all the seasons already done. They had one more season left to go, and they had every season except for the last one on the American VPN. And so I had to actually find a way to. There was a way possible to go to the Europe servers or the ones over there in like the UK, and they had season 5. And I hate that crap where it's like, okay, this region gets this much first, but we're going to give this region that extra one.
yeah, exactly. It's
was like,
really
that's-
frustrating.
It's so stupid. Why would you separate it like that?
No
I
clue.
want to binge watch TV. goddammit.
I've been binge watching Top Gear, I'll tell you.
Just want a self-pouring cereal and watch some Fuller House, please.
Okay.
And,
With your
back
organic
into-
grits.
organic ribs. Then after, if I don't like the episode of Fuller House, I'll tail whip my wife again.
Just don't
my-
transition to bullwhip. A little bit different.
I've been
You're not
watching
Indiana Jones, and you're also not a slave trader.
No, I felt so bad about that. That was terrible.
The towel whipping?
I'm probably in trouble for the rest of the weekend.
I've been
Patrick's
watching
grounded.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've heard
Yeah, I
someone says
heard
it's
it when
pretty
we
good.
were starting the show. Could hear it in the background.
For some reason,
even know
like
what it is.
Sax reminds me of Andy Samberg, or vice versa.
I just have to remind you of Sax. A much more successful Sax.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to him I've talked to Sax on and off once in a while, but I really haven't talked to Jeff in a long time.
yeah. He just
'cause
kind of
he's-
disappeared.
He is disappeared right now in a place where he's doing things.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
He's gone to Georgia, where he is assisting Julian with making waffles. Grits. Yes, he's making grits.
Right.
The next nuclear fusion bomb.
But no, I really want to start getting back into doing these casts again. I've really missed being able to just hang out, talk to you guys. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of people that miss us too. So it's apparently we're going to try to restart again for those that are very excited to hear that. I can't imagine you would be, but apparently some of you are. So we're here for now.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm excited to hear my own voice. I don't know why these people aren't. Yeah.
yeah, me too.
Also, apparently, our good friend Chris Thompson has been working on something this whole time that I was not completely made aware of, and it looks really, really cool. So that'll be a surprise for our listening audience and for each other pretty soon here.
Now he's our British buddy, right?
Yes, he is our
Now,
British.
twice I've been to England and managed to
Avoid
screw
him.
up not going over there. I should have.
Yeah, you
twice.
gotta try his beer, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah, I probably should have done that at least, but alas, that just gives me an excuse to go back.
There you go. He's been doing awesome. And for those that don't remember, Chris was the guy who designed our amazing Jackass Express logo and was working with Blackbird Brewing. Oh, and then Julian just linked to the coolest underground bar known to man.
Yeah, new bar caught my attention
We essentially
because I'm an alcoholic.
he
Downtown El
essentially
Paso.
wow.
Come on.
Okay,
with
so
the
you
program.
essentially
Lived there
found
like forever.
our new headquarters.
Yeah, right.
Well,
It just
you'd be
opened,
su-
so
you're
I
going to be
guess
surprised when you go back, Brandon, because there's a lot that has changed down there, and with the baseball stadium and it's in the theater down there, it's breathing in a new life. I think it's
I did
starting
see
to
that.
change
Me and
for the
Jonathan
better.
saw that at the reunion. I remember
Yeah,
that.
that baseball stadium is amazing. I had a really good time the last time that I went there.
Julian walked into the baseball stadium, immediately went into the shop and bought every Chihuahua's item known to man, and walked back out.
I bought a jersey. That was it.
It was like Batman. He was like, "Hold on, okay, I'm back."
Now I want to go back
But
this
you know-
summer. We're gonna go, Patrick. So get
Well,
ready
you
for
need
that.
to. I'm going to be taking the baby with me, so it's going to be a lot more fun.
Jules, give me a heads up when you're coming in.
It's too
Okay.
bad I didn't know about this when I went back.
Well, the stadium wasn't open there. They weren't having games during that time.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this bar.
He doesn't care about baseball. Are you kidding?
Oh. You uncultured. No, I'm just kidding.
This guy. No, yeah, this speakeasy bar. Yeah, like actually, I went to a few places in LA that I think that you'd like, Julian, quite a lot. There's this one called like Phillips French dip sandwiches,
Oh yeah.
and it's been there for like 100 years. And I mean, it's definitely like when you go in, I just felt like I was back in LA in like 1940s or something like that. It was weird.
That's crazy.
It was really good.
Oh, and actually, was going to mention one more thing. Kind of forgot about it though. Shit, I lost it. Never mind.
It's
I'm starting to notice that it happens a lot more when we get older. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
I guess you're right.
You know, actually, I know. Speaking of that, I think
Speaking of things that don't get as hard as you get older, go on.
no, it's for some reason like your dad still has a problem with recognizing me as Jonathan. He always fucking calls me Jesse. He's like, "How are you, Jesse?" And I'm like,
I think he does it to fuck with you. There's no way he can not know that.
It is so weird. Like
He's got like a
always calls me
20-year
Jesse.
running joke. It's got to be a
Yeah.
running joke. He's just never let go of it.
If he doesn't mess with you guys, it means he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Like he calls Julian Tip all the time.
I know it's a joke. It just
What the hell
gotta
Tip doing
be.
in my house? It's Julian, sir. What the hell you doing in my house?
Oh,
not what I
now,
said.
now I remember what I was going to tell you guys. So, did you all know that Hoppy Monk opened up another location
Oh, in San Antonio, right?
in San Antonio?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Ooh.
It's not often that something from El Paso opens somewhere else.
Twice?
It's usually
Yeah.
is like, oh, hey, we got this from Austin or from San Antonio.
Well, that bakery from one of my friends, Jonathan Bowden, he opened another one.
Nice.
Bella Sucre.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
shit's
yeah.
good. Sorry,
Because
Where's the other one?
pardon my French.
it's on the east side now.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. So the original one's on the west side, and then he opened up a second one on the east side.
That's cool.
It's awesome. Makes me hungry. Got to go get some cake now. But I'm not gonna
No,
drive.
it's-
I'm not gonna drive to go get it. I'll send April. Go get the
Right,
towel.
so
Get the towel ready.
After a
just
good
in case.
towel whipping.
After I told him, yeah.
Where are my organic waffles? And after you get me some of that tree milk, put it in my self-serving cereal. That'll be great. Well, guys, I think speaking of food, I'm gonna go get ready for some brunch here in a little bit.
What?
Yeah, gonna go meet April's parents. Go have some brunch. That way we can.
With the organic waffles wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's
Hey, I didn't eat the organic waffles as a baby.
You know you had some.
yeah, you know you.
No, I mean, I tasted a little tiny bit of it, but I mean, just to see what it was all about. But I'm not gonna touch
Tiny
the
bit
organic.
means like 3 of them.
No,
Just testing for poison.
yeah, gotta be safe. Josh, he tasted
Joshy didn't want it. Joshy didn't want it. He couldn't finish it.
Something's wrong with him.
He only takes like 3 bites, and he's like, "No, so I have to finish the rest."
Keeps eating the organic waffle. Little mushroom starts growing out of his neck. Wait a minute, get rid of that. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to Jackass Express podcast. Very happy to have you guys back. Hopefully, we will see you again next time. Go to our Facebook page, Facebook/Jackass Express, blog, and so forth. We're on iTunes, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Anything else anybody wants to say?
No, not.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
How about let's pray this doesn't crash? One, two.
Let's get it going. The Jackass